Hello and welcome to the PublishU podcast, where we feature the real life stories of authors from around the world. My name is Matt Bird, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Lise Berggen Smidt from Copenhagen in Denmark, who has written a book together with her husband Frederick called The Unique Marriage Friendship. Lise, it's great for you to be with us today. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So why don't you introduce you and your husband, Frederick, and your family to us? We would love to learn a little bit more about you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, unfortunately, Frederick is not here because he is actually out teaching with the book in South America right now because it's also published in Spanish. Yeah, but we are a couple. We've been living together for 30 years. We have three adult children in the 20s, and we have two small grandchildren.
Ooh, how
Yeah.
old are they?
Yeah, the one is 0, just born, and we have one that is 2.5 years. We're very
Oh,
happy about that. We live in the same building, all of us, but in separate apartments. So we're very
good.
close to each other and have a lot of family life together.
Yeah, wonderful. So where do you go most often when you go to eat? Do they all come to you or do you go to them?
Depends, but often in my house or in our house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Well, you live in a beautiful city. Copenhagen is one of the most beautiful cities and one of my favorite in Europe. One of the things I love about it, of course, is the food. You have wonderful restaurants. And of course, what people don't know about Copenhagen, or most people don't know, is actually it's not Amsterdam that is the bicycle city of Europe. It's actually Copenhagen.
Yeah, yeah, we do bicycle a lot. 40% of the people population in Copenhagen ride their bike for work.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
So, Lisa, you and Frederick have written a book, The Unique Marriage Friendship. Um, what first inspired you to write this book?
Yeah, the first thing was actually our own marriage because we tend to have this idea when we just got married that friendship was something outside separately from the marriage. It was something we had each of us on the side of our life together. And throughout the years, we found out that we actually become each other's best friends. And it was a bit odd because we still thought of these other people as our friends. And so we saw a very interesting study asking old people what was the most important in their marriage, long marriages. And most of them said it was the friendship in their relationship that had been the most important thing in their life. And so we thought, oh, this is interesting. And we have been for many years into marriage courses, and we thought we must study this more. And we started to write this book, studying what is important in to become very good friends in a marriage. What is the major things that you should be aware of? And we wrote about that.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I love that. So actually, rather than having your best friends outside of your marriage, you discovered that your best friendship was inside the marriage.
Yeah, not that we didn't still have friends on the sides,
Yeah, yeah.
but our most important friend is for me is Frederick, my husband, and for him, I'm his best friend, and it makes it even deeper the relationship when you go into this path together,
Yeah,
considering each other as best friends.
yeah, yeah, wonderful. And why did you decide to write the book about this?
There wasn't any books about this, and we were very much curious about this thing that these old people said about friendship being the most important, and there was no books about it. And we thought, well, we must write that book. And first we did it in Danish, and now it's in English and Spanish.
Yeah,
And there was also some very important things that we found out that a lot of people tend not to see in the marriage. For example, a lot of people tend to get divorced because they find out that they are too different from each other when as life goes on. So what we found out was to become good friends for lifetime, You must reconciliate the differences. You must find peace in the differences and find out what is in common, where are we very good friends together, and which kind of things in our lives must we live separately along with our marriage. And find peace with that is very important when it comes to long-term marriage, because you change throughout life, and you're not the same when you get married and when you've been married for 20 or 30 or 40 years. You're different. You have maybe other interests. You get older, things come into your life, and it's important to follow up on each other, know what is going on the other part, but also to accept the differences. We found that very important.
Mm, mm, amazing. And so, what is the work that you and your husband do? Is it all focused around marriage, or do you have other professions?
Actually, I am a family consultant in a Christian community, and I travel around Denmark teaching about marriage.
Yeah.
And my husband is a priest. We've been out as missionaries in South America for 2 years, and he's still out there on and off teaching in the churches, Lutheran churches in South America. Right now, he is in Ecuador,
Mm,
and yeah, so we work with this. We also wrote some other books on sexuality, intimacy. We wrote about parentship. Um, so and we go around, especially in Denmark, teaching about these different themes.
mm, amazing, amazing. So that is your work, that is your mission in
Yeah, and
life.
then we have a lot of couples coming into our room of therapy, and we have therapy maybe twice a week, twice 2 days a week, where we have couples coming in and helping them with their marriage and their families.
Mm. So when a couple comes to see you and they feel just distant from each other and cold towards each other, where do you start?
Oh, it depends on the couple, but often we start on the connection, the attentive relationship. How do we get this connection built up again? And we will do that both with contact, physical contact, where you have to hold hands, you have to watch each other's eyes, you have to talk to each other, where you look at each other. But we also give space that both get time to tell their story. Often in a marriage which has gone wrong, uh, one part has stopped talking or opening towards their feelings, and the other, and it has closed down. So we need both parts to be talking and feel free in the marriage. And when it comes to that, it comes to feel safe. And a lot of people, when they are in trouble in their marriage, is that they don't feel safe opening up. So we have to work with the safety first. And how do you get safety in a marriage? You need to feel sure that the other one is not going to use the words you say against him or her. You have to feel sure that you can rely on the person, that you can depend on the person.
Yeah.
So we talk a lot about these things, and people are telling their stories, and we often start in very small cases with small things. And the book is also has a lot of detailed stories
Yes.
to show the ideas of the good marriage and the good friendship.
Mm,
That's very important for us to
yeah.
start in the
Yeah.
small things
Yeah.
and then explain the theory afterwards.
Yes. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. And I know it's different for every couple. So
Sure is
but
correct.
I wanted a sense of how you might approach, loss of connection,
Yeah,
really. And
yeah.
so thank you so much.
And one of the
Um,
things we hope with the book is that people will be talking to each other after the chapters, because we did make questions, so you can
yes.
talk after the questions about the 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 theme of the chapter. Yeah.
Beautiful. And was anything in the book difficult for you and Frederick to write about?
Oh, yes, there was one very interesting thing. When it comes to honesty, a lot of people think that love and honesty are equal. And in many ways, yes, but there are things that you might not need to share with your partner. Of course, you need to share if you feel i- if things are getting really bad, you must be honest.
Yeah.
But maybe your husband or wife don't need to know that you dreamt of another woman last night. I mean, maybe that will hurt too much. I don't need that information. It hurts me when you talk about that. You don't need to tell me that you think the woman on the other side of the street is gorgeous. I need to hear that I'm gorgeous when I'm your husband, wife, if you
Yes.
understand. So
Yes.
in many ways, honesty is elastic thing. You should be honest when it's important, but you shouldn't hurt your partner with honesty. And that chapter was very interesting writing to us. We had lots of talks about this.
Mm.
Um, you could say the evil honesty and the lovely lie uh, can be good, but it shouldn't be like that always. Most of the time, you should be honest. But sometimes maybe you should just share your thoughts with God or
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting. Evil honesty and loving lies.
Yeah, but only if it's that you don't want to hurt your person, but
Yes.
you shouldn't.
Yes.
Of course, if you have things that are important, if you're about to leave your husband or wife, or if you have big problems with addiction to alcohol or economics, other things, you should definitely talk with your partner about it.
Mm.
But and so that she or he can help you.
Yeah.
But when it comes to things that are just hurting the other person and doesn't matter,
Yeah.
you should leave it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's intent and heart, isn't it? We shouldn't be
Yes.
honest to hurt.
Mhm.
We should only be honest to help.
Exactly. That's my point. That was our point. Yeah.
Mm.
But
Beautiful.
we had
Thank you
some
for being
good
so
interviews.
honest about that. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, we had a very good interview with a couple that was very, very honest towards each other. And we talked with them, and they said that was their way. But we also wrote in the book our own way, which is a little more um, fragile, a little more sensitive.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I
Mm.
love that. I love
Mm.
that. So, Lisa, for you and Frederick, what's your highest hope for what the book achieves?
Of course, we could dream of going to England or America and teach that the book will catch some churches or some communities that think, oh, this is an important topic. Let's get some education about this in our communities as we do here in Denmark. That would be a very high goal. We hope that people that reads this book will get better friendship in their marriage. That's
Yeah.
our highest goal.
Yeah.
So yeah, read it.
Read it. Come on, guys. Oh,
Yeah,
it's wonderful to talk with you, Lisa.
thank
And
you. Same.
thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you all for listening to the PublishU podcast, where we feature the genuinely real stories of authors from around the world. If you're interested in writing a book like Lisa and Frederick, please do reach out to us at www.publishu.com. Publishu.com. We would love to speak to you. And if you enjoyed this broadcast, make sure you subscribe for more. Thank you so much for joining us, and goodbye for now.